Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 24 of my Billionaire Minecraft series, where I will collect 1 billion iron ingots, gold ingots, diamonds, and emeralds using the All the Mods 6 mod pack in modded Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I am going to be building a tier 5 void miner, and that is special because I actually need a new material to do that, so let's take a look. To make the tier 5 void miner, I need Unobtainium, and I have found some in the end, so I will take you there now. So let's go ahead and go to the end rec, and I have mined out an area, and you can see all the area that I've mined, and I have left the Unobtainium blocks. I should have 4 of them around here, so let's go ahead and mine them. You do need a rather good pickaxe to do that, and I have a vibranium pickaxe right here that is able to do that. So let's pick these up. Let's kill this enderman that's trying to kill me. And let's go ahead and mine the remaining unobtainium that I have found right here. So unobtainium is only found in the end highland biome in the end. And so I've flown quite a ways away from the middle of the end to where you fight the ender dragon. And I found this finally, and obviously I've dug out a bunch of area, and I only found 4 blocks of this stuff, so that kind of tells you a little bit about how rare it is. It only spawns in 1 biome, and it's still not very common in that biome. So what I want to do now is I just want to go ahead and smelt this up in my ×5 mechanism smeltery. So let's go ahead and do that now. So if you watch me build this, this is a very complicated mechanism, mostly mechanism setup. It does have a couple of thermal series machines, but what I do is I will drop the ores in here, and it will give me 5 ingots per ore. So that's what I'm going to do. Like I said, it's a very complicated setup, but it does very well at taking these super rare ores and making them into ingots. So I need 9 ingots to actually make the void miner here. So while I'm waiting on that to craft up, let's go ahead and actually see what we need to make. So I need 68 of the tier 5 frames, so let's grab those. I do believe I have everything that I need automated. So there's 68 of the frames. Let's see here. I need 36 panels. So that's just a little over a stack. I need 4 of the IO blocks, and I do have tier 5 forge energy inputs already, and then I just need an item output. In fact, I'm not even going to bring one with me because I am going to place this tier 5 miner where I have my tier 4 miner in the Nether, so I will have an item output block from that when I destroy it and replace it. So what else do we need here? So I also need 16 modifiers, and I'm going to grab, and did I make the frequency? I didn't make the frequency upgrades. I did make some bandwidth modifiers here, and these, I'm not sure how much of effect that the tier 5 variant of the bandwidth modifier is, or will give, but we're going to craft a few of these just to see if it does anything at all. And I do want to make some frequency blocks here, so let's also grab some null modifiers. Let's grab 12 of those. That's probably going to be overkill. Basically, I'm going to experiment to see exactly what the best configuration is. So let's see what we have here. I don't think I have the correct one automated. So one thing I have found out between episodes, that if I right click anything up here and then left click it, it will allow me to get to this screen to where I can just hit this right here. So I do want to replace that frequency modifier with one of these litherite modifiers in the recipe here, and then I can go ahead and tell that to, or how to craft that. So let's go ahead and craft. I'm going to do 8 of these. I know that's going to be more than I'm going to use, but I can pretty easily make 8 of them, so that's not really a big deal. Here they come, and those are done. Now let's see what else we need for this void miner. 6 laser cores and a laser lens holder. I will actually get the laser lens holder from the tier 4 void miner that I will be destroying. So let's actually grab one laser core, and I should only need one laser core, but I'm going to grab 3 because that's what I actually have on me. Like I said, I should get a laser lens holder from when I tear down the tier 4 variant. And there was one more thing I wanted to see. So do I have any unobtainium? I do. So I can actually make my void miner now because I have 13 of that. So let's go ahead and craft that up. There we go. So 6 cores, 1 laser lens holder. So that's fantastic. Let's go ahead and go to my vibranium mine, which is where my tier 4 void miner is. And actually, before I do that, I did want to grab a different program here. I do want to grab the... actually, I'm going to grab a couple programs. I'm going to grab the ore miner program and then the crystal miner program, because I'm actually going to be using the crystal miner program, but I do want to see what I can do with the ore miner program with some bandwidth modifiers. So let's go there now. And let's quickly tear down this structure. And I should be able to do that pretty quickly with this if I just set this to the 7x7. Let's go ahead and grab this out. And let's get to destroying. Okay, so that is cool. Let's... yeah, this won't reach over there, so that's fine that I do that. I did not. I should not have done that. That was a whoops. Because now my cells are following me around. Okay, so I do want to put those couple things back. I do want to do the modular storage. And I can just kind of set that right there on top of the bus like it needs to be. And then I need to wait until I get the ME. There we go, the ME drive. That'll go back here, and then we can just put these back in. I don't need that. I don't need that. Okay, cool. So let's just throw that away. We don't need those. And let's go ahead and see how tall this thing is. So it'll be 8 tall, and I can tell that because it has 1 laser lens holder, the 6 laser cores, and then on the top of all that is the void miner itself. So it will be 8 tall. So let's see here. How much space do I need? And now I forget which hole is actually the one down to bedrock. I think it's this one. But I should definitely check that. Actually, it's both, it looks like. So I'm going to use the one to the right more one. Just to give me a little bit more space. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. And then let's go ahead and put this down. And this is actually a little bit tricky here. It looks like I do need to go up one more. Sorry, this is a little bit finicky there. Okay, cool. Now I can just plop down on top of this. Let's go ahead and throw in the ore miner program because that's going to be the first thing I am going to do. And then let's go ahead and hit this. Okay, so it does... Did I get my heights and everything right? Yeah, that looks all right. Everything looks pretty all right. So let's get rid of these cobblestone blocks. They are just kind of in the way. And let's go ahead and start building this thing. So obviously we need to start with something. I'm going to start with the ionite structure frames. And for whatever reason, the first time you place a block in these ghost blocks, it seems to be a little bit weird. But yeah, that's just, I guess, something I expect at this point. I did not mean to place that there. Okay, so that's all of them around the edge. Now we need to do kind of the interior here and then the above ones. And then I know that this one is also one of these. So let's go ahead and do the ones up above now. Is that all right? That looks all right. Okay, and then there's one right here, and I know that just from the pattern there. And that's all of those blocks. So let's do the FE inputs, and those are going to be on all of these IO slots there. And then I need to do the item output over here. Let's go ahead and do the laser stuff. So the laser core, or the laser lens holder rather, and then let's do the laser cores. And I do want that facing the right way. That's why I was kind of hopping around there. And now let's do the structure panels. I should have way more than enough of these structure panels here. And then how I'm going to start this out is, actually, it would probably be smartest to go with all null modifiers. And actually, I can do that because I picked up some null modifiers from the old version of the Void Miner. So yeah, I'm going to start out with all null modifiers and then go from there. And I do have 12 plus 9 of these, so I have more than 16. And is that active? That is active. So I do need to hook it up to energy. And did I bring any energy conduit? I did not. So it looks like I'm going to have to run back to my main base here. I can move a little bit of, yeah, let's just go back to the main base, grab a few things. I should grab some conduit as well, some ME conduit there. And that was a little laggy, so let's grab some Fluix cable and then some energy conduit of some sort here. Yeah, I don't need very much. I just need one piece probably. So let's run back and then let's hook this up and see what happens. So I don't actually need that controller to be right there. And I did grab extra conduit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move the controller just so I don't have any loose ends there. I do need to go ahead and power that back up. So I'm going to have to put a piece of cable there. And those cables are actually mismatched. I have basic and then I have elite, but that's okay. It works all the same. I'm actually going to put my import bus right here. And then my modular storage unit will be right there, which is just basically a chest. And then I can just cover that up and it looks nice and neat. This does need power still. So I just need to hook it up right here. That should work perfectly fine. Now let's see first how quickly this is acting. It's actually acting pretty quickly without a whole lot of cost here. So it's definitely faster than the lower variants of the Void Miner. So actually one thing I do want to do is I don't want to import things just yet because I do want to see how fast this will go with bandwidth modifiers. So let's put the terminal back on. And let's see here. What I'm going to do is add some bandwidth modifiers, and I'm going to add all 4 that I have. So right now it's every 60 ticks, it costs 1,000, or it doesn't cost 1,000 every 60 ticks. The constant cost is 1,000 forge energy per tick, and then the time it takes is 60 ticks to produce one thing. So let's see if any of the costs changed here. So the cost did change, but let's see if we're getting any more stuff. Okay, so it does not look like we are actually getting more stuff. Okay, it was actually kind of hard to tell there. One thing I can do probably is get rid of all of my stuff in my inventory real fast, and I'm going to run back to my main base to do that. And then pull everything out of that modular storage unit and then watch it actually create new things and see if it's actually I need my program still. I am going to use my crystal miner program, so I do need that, but the rest of that stuff I don't really need right now. And let's pull all of this stuff out. Okay, that's a little buggy. Okay, so yeah, we are getting more than one item at a time sometimes, and as you can see, we got 5 peridot ore there, 4 electrotine. So that's what the bandwidth modifiers do, is they give you more than one thing when it completes a cycle, essentially. So it looks like certain items just give you certain amounts more. So the nether quartz did 5 each time, whereas like the charged Certus quartz only did 2. I'm not entirely sure if that's accurate. The number also might be random. That's one way it could do this. But as you can see, we're getting more stuff. So that's pretty fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and dump all this stuff in here. And I'm going to replace that modifier, or not the modifier, but the program with the crystal miner program, because that's the program I actually want to use here. Okay, it sounds like I have angry piglins. So let's get rid of this guy. He's just gonna be a bum. So let's see. Do we get the tier 6 crystals? We do. That's why I have this in the nether, is because I believe, and I could be wrong about this, that you can only get, I want to say like tier 4 or 5 or higher in the nether, and then there's a few tiers that you can only get in the end. So my next void miner very well might be in the end. But as you can see, we are able to get the tier 6 crystal, which means that I will be able to advance forward and get a better ore miner at some point in the future. That will require me to make some alloys that I'm not entirely sure how to make just yet, but we'll get there at some point. One thing I should not have got rid of was my frequency modifiers. I do want to add those in, or at least some of them. So let me run back, and sorry about all this constantly running back and forth. But I did want to test all this out. Let's see here. I do want the tier 5 versions, because they are going to be the best. They're going to be the most efficient. So let's run back over here. Let's add a few of these at a time and kind of see where we're at. Right now the energy cost is bearable, but anything over like 6,000 or so is really a little too much. So right now this is actually not running very high capacity. So so basically, if I increase the throttle more than, I'm actually past the point of diminishing returns. But as I increase the throttle here, which is retracting the control rod, I do get more power, but it's at a far diminishing point already. So I don't really want to go past like 6.8 thousand RF per tick here. So that's kind of going to be my benchmark. So let's start out with 2 and go from there. Okay, so we're already past where I need to be. One thing I might be able to do is remove a few of the bandwidth modifiers. I might just go with 2 rather than the 4 that I have in now. So let's go with that and see where that gets me as far as cost goes. Okay, so that's 68.91. Am I actually making that much? No, but you know what? I can just go ahead and compromise just a little bit and go to 46. Let's see if that's going to be enough. Yeah, it is. It's not there's not a whole lot extra there, but it is enough. So as you can see, like, even though I increased my throttle by 4%, I barely got any additional power there. So yeah, we're way past the point of diminishing returns. We're just getting very minuscule gains every time I adjust the control rods here. Whereas at the very beginning of this, like if you're at like 90% control rod or 80%, there are huge gains that you get in terms of power generation. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good point to leave this at. Let's see if I'm getting any crystals just yet. So I actually I can't even tell because I have a bunch of crystals in here already. So, oh, that scared me. That was uncool, sir. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the more advanced crystals here, which would be the ionite and some of the palladiums. I have plenty of the rhodium and litherite and chironite in my main ME system. And you know what? I think this is going to be a good wrapping up point for the episode. I know I didn't do a whole lot in today's episode, but it is kind of a stepping stone episode here. In the next few episodes, I want to set up some more stuff at my main base. And then I need to figure out how to get some of these alloys so that I can make the more advanced void miners. So very quickly, the tier 6, for example, needs this vibranium all the modium alloy. And there is no recipe here, although I feel like I've read online that I need to use the mod Fire and Ice or Ice and Fire. I'm not sure what it's called. But yeah, I think I will need to learn a new mod to advance, so that's going to be cool. So in today's episode, I built this tier 5 void miner, and I found Unobtainium, which I used to build this tier 5 void miner. This will get me more advanced crystals, and it will get me crystals faster than my previous void miner, so that's pretty exciting. So anyways, if you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop a like down below. If there's anything I could have done better or differently, just let me know down in the comments down below as I try to read all the comments. If you enjoy large scale automation in modern Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel, as that is typically what I do. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.